Okay, so good morning, guys. Your exam will be tomorrow, exam 2, and it becomes available tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Let me show you what it looks like. And it's consistent with the course outline. You see a lot of junk here, but it becomes available tomorrow at 8, and it is available for 24 hours. That means you have to wrap it up by July 1st, 8 a.m. Just like the way we handled our exam 1. Okay, so, and I don't think I have any typos, but if we had, I could have easily fixed them. And the syllabus, let me go over the syllabus. Here is the link that shows you how to enter things properly. The video is there. You will go there and see. Some of you have been there, I know. The 9 people at least visited this. Most of you know how to enter it by now. All right. And the syllabus is P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, then section 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all the way up to 1.3. All my exams are cumulative, just so that you understand. What does that supposed to mean? Let's see. It says somewhere they're cumulative. Yeah, right here, guys. All my exams are going to be cumulative. So if you study exam 1, okay, you will see, you want to study exam 1, the ones you couldn't do, you will see some of those problems again, not identical, but parallel. One more thing before I move on. Basically everything we have done, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let Megan talk in a minute, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing today. And one more thing, and I did mention it several times in the past, but since we have an exam tomorrow, I might as well mention it again. If you want to practice your exam 1, it's available here. It's called No Credit Exam 1. You've already taken it. Your grade went to the grade book. But for this one, you can just go there, look at the problem, see if you can enter the numbers nicely. Now, if you want me to grade this, I'm not paying attention to this. If you want me to grade it, I'll be happy to grade it, but the grade won't go anywhere. Since it's a cumulative exam, wanted to make sure exam 1 is available for you to practice and play with. One more important thing, and this might—
Are we allowed to take it as many times as possible?
Exam 2, no. Exam 1.
No. The no credit exam 1.
Exactly. You can, right now, the computer allows me to let you take it at most 10 times. So that's about 10 times. You want 20 times, I'll have to make another set, and I can, but I don't think most people would want it. One more thing, and I'm kind of doing it a little bit for Megan as well. And most of you know that all the lectures are recorded here. All the 2 lectures from yesterday, 3 today, the day before that, all the lectures are here and they're available on YouTube. So you want to study before your exam, the recorded lectures are here, and all the syllabus is here, everything. And other than that, I'll be happy to take quick questions, but let me give the microphone to Megan. Please welcome Megan. She's going to talk about Academic Support Center, and I'm going to stop share, and she will probably share her screen, and I'll let her handle it the way she wants to.
So let me see here. Let me see here. And we open this up. There we go. Okay. So, hi, my name is Megan. Thank you, Dr. Rose, for introducing me. And I'm here on behalf of the Academic Support Center. Now, some of you might have heard of us, some of you won't, and I'll go through it just for the sake so everyone's on the same page. We are a peer alliance tutoring service. That means that all of our tutors, including myself, are also students who have taken and done well in the classes we offer, at least a B. And there's multiple kinds of tutoring. The first one you see here is making an appointment for one-on-one, which is what I do. You can call us, email us, or scan this QR code right here. Okay, let me get the annotation up right here. You can scan this QR code right here, and you'll be directed to set up an appointment. And then you'll meet for 30 minutes to an hour with the tutor one-on-one. We'll just work on whatever you want. You can take them, you bring the notes you have, you bring your homework, and we'll go through things. The only thing we can't do is like help you do your homework or do your quizzes. You have to do that on your own. Here is my personal information. Here's the classes I support. Here is my times when I am in the ASC, when you can make an appointment with me. And again, how to make an appointment with the QR code again. Here's a poster. You'll see I put it up around most of the, like in place. I haven't put it up, but like we're putting it up in places around campus that we have access to your QR code and information wherever you are in case you don't have your email open for some reason, for any reason. And here in the last page, you have how to get free tutoring. Now, we don't offer it through Thinking Storm anymore, it's through tutor.com, but it's still the same place. You go to your Blaze view, click up free tutoring, it's right there in the top bar, and it'll take you right where you need to. It's 24/7. All of this is no extra cost, by the way. This is included in tuition. So like you just make an appointment and show up and you're good to go. Tutor.com is the same way. They also offer pay-per-view, but since this is a math class, usually it's the one-on-one or the online tutoring that you'll be using a lot of. So, and that actually about wraps it up. Like I said, I didn't really speak for long. Y'all have any questions?
It says take a practice quiz. Does that generate one for your class and specifically the section?
Sometimes if I'm remembering correctly, because I remember I'm not I got trained on this. They have like sample quizzes for like very common classes that have like stuff like probably Algebra 1 would have it. We'll have to get some more information on tutor.com because this is new to us too. We just switched this semester, so it's still new to us. So feel free to call the ASC and ask them questions about it. They'll be able to tell you they'll be able to take you to the right places. My focus is what I do, which is one-on-one in person. So I feel like it is like more for like more of the common classes, which college algebra is a very common class that people take. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you all for giving me your time. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you, Dr. Wares, for having me. And if that's all I need, I will take my leave, and all of you have a wonderful day.
And thank you, Megan, for sharing you guys do a very good job. I send students all the time, and we appreciate the work you guys do. And thank you
so
coming.
much.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye. Okay. So guys, we're back. So here is my plan. I think I have this phobia that I'm not recording. I am recording. So of course I'll take questions. Anything you want me to do, I'll do it. If you don't ask too many questions, I'll go ahead and do a couple of sections. Let me share my screen with you. That's a lot easier, guys. Okay, here is what I was thinking. Of course, I'll start with questions. We have a lot of people, enough, 13 people. I was trying to do this. I couldn't do it. Fine. And if you have a picture of a problem you tried from MATLAB and you couldn't do, let me fix something. It's not incorrect, but it's just a matter of consistency. So I'm gonna write it like this. P6. It's a formatting issue, and I'm gonna do it right now. I don't want you to kind of get confused unnecessarily. Okay. I did shrink a few problems. Okay, here we in the homework packet we had a few more. I removed some of the ones, but if you do these, my problems will match these problems. I put a bunch of plus signs. That means this is where the study guide stops, and study guide for 1 is still here. And if you compare the two, nothing has changed except for this is exam 2. It is more stuff, and it is going to be offered on Thursday as scheduled. However, go ahead.
I have a question. Okay, so
Listening.
will we get questions specifically based off of the ones that were in the exam for past exams? Sections?
Good question. Yes, I will take. Here is how. Okay, every semester students ask me, and I this is the answer I give them, and I'll give you the same answer. The way I make exam 2. I know it's cumulative. You want to go back and tell yourself, if you take exam 1 today and you get 100, you're in good shape for the old stuff. And if you study the new stuff and exam 1, you're in good shape. Does that answer your question?
Yes. So just focus on studying exam 1.
Exam 1 and everything done since exam 1. Do you get that, Jack?
Yeah. No,
Good.
no,
Of course
I
you
get
do.
you, but like
I know you do, but
specifically-
I didn't want others to get confused. So once again,
Specifically for this one, study exam 1,
correct.
with exam 2. Yes,
Correct.
but
If you replace all of this with exam 1, I'm fine. And all this was done since exam 1. Actually, we did many more. I compressed some of the problems a little bit, and you will see I give you problems on the exam that I do in class. They're very similar. I change the numbers. I go to the book. I said, yeah, I did number 5 from P7, P6. I'm going to give them number 5, a different version of number 5. So they will be very similar to the lecture I give you. And to answer your question that you had for Megan, college algebra probably will have an exam, but there won't be any guarantee it would be exactly like mine, just so that you know. But every university has a college algebra exam, one version. But if you can do some of those, it's a good practice. It's not going to hurt. But when it comes to exams, we have tons of things. We have we have exams on BlazeView that you can play with. We have all the past exams will be available. And we have your MATLAB. If you want more problems on MATLAB, I can give you guys. You just have to tell me, hey, give us some more practice problem, just to let you know. But other than that, so what do we have any questions, guys? My plan is to do, let me go back. My plan is to do, if you don't ask any, we have a class today. I don't want to waste your time. I will do some of the problems. Go ahead.
Will we do some problems from 1, 2, and 1, 3?
That's exactly what I was thinking I would do, because those are hard. And the ones we did, I don't want to do the exact same problem, but I will do similar problems. Let's do it. That's exactly what my plan was. Do some more problems from 1.2 and 1.3. Let's try it. I don't see a problem with that. And if somebody says, well, could you go back to 1.4 P4? Yeah, I can, not a problem. Okay, you have to be specific. You have to tell me, could you do that? Could you do that? That's totally fine. Give me 1 second. Let me drag 1.2 out. And I came up with a strategy. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, we'll do some bad equations. And if they kick us out, I'll always come back unless I clearly tell you we are done. So we started the class a little early because of Megan. She wanted to kind of sort things out. So it will just quickly, I don't even know, in probably 5-10 minutes, they'll start beeping. Be aware of that. It's not going to be an issue though. Okay. I'll do some more word problems there from 1.3. So these are the ones I officially assigned, and I did a few. Let's go back and look at the bottom stuff. Let's do something like, I think we did 50, if I'm not mistaken. Let's do something like this guy, 44. This is 1.2, number 44. Let's do that. And I will check it. And it is an equation. You are solving for X. And that's what the language will say. That's what I will say, solve for X. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay, guys. So again, 1 point, let me double check. 1.2, number 44, we're going to solve for X. How do we do that? Well, we have learned in the past that we can simplify each side. And that's exactly what I will do. Okay, I'm going to leave this alone. There's not much going on. The left-hand side and the right-hand side. I'm going to pull out 2. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. It may not matter, but I'll do it. It's a habit. That's all I did. Okay, now, in order to make the denominators the same, I am going to multiply top and bottom. Let me change the color, guys. I'm going to multiply this and this by this. Okay. And I'm just telling you what's going to happen. And I'm going to multiply this and this by this. That's my goal. Okay. That way I will have the same denominator. And that's what we have been doing. Well, I'm going to go back to black. Very carefully, x minus 2 times 5 is 5, x minus 2. Where's x minus 2 coming from? Here, okay? And I'm going to multiply, you can't just multiply the top by something and leave the bottom alone. The bottom needs the same multiplier. Yeah, it's a little tedious, I don't blame you. It's a lot of work. And I'm going to multiply the top and bottom of my next fraction by 2 times x plus 3. And you're going to see checking it is a mess, but I think I have an alternate. And you're going to
sir, wouldn't it be 1?
look.
Yeah, no.
With me, no, I can explain it. I am multiplying 1 by this guy. Okay.
Yeah. I caught myself.
Sure, that's okay. So I do the same in the bottom, and I like to write it in the same order so that I don't confuse myself. The bottom is going to be same as the bottom of the previous fraction. Okay. Now, if you were doing it on a piece of paper, you could just scratch off the top and do all that, but I'm not going to worry about it. I have to rewrite everything, and I will. Nothing happened over there. Okay. And here I have a nice denominator. It's big. Actually, I'm glad I factorized it. I'll tell you something. I'm glad I did 2 times x plus 3 the way I did. It's a good habit, and it's going to pay off, and you're going to see. Okay, from the top here, from the top, I do things with red, then I erase them because they're good. This, I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to put them here. Okay, so bear with me. 5x minus 10 plus 2x plus 6. I'm going to pause here a little bit to double check if I messed up anything. I don't think I did. Now, I have a denominator on the right, a denominator on the left. They're the same. I can get rid of them. And that's much better. I like it much better. My whole expression is much cleaner now. So very carefully, in the bottom, I write 3. And there's a little 1 in the bottom. I'm not going to worry about it. You know that when there's a 3, there is a 1 in the bottom. Okay, the pink portion, 5x plus 2x is 7x. Minus 10, negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4. In the bottom, I only write 2x minus 2. This is much better than what we had initially. Now, I'm going to go here. Sorry, guys, my mouse is acting a little funny, but not bad. So another thing I'm going to do here, guys, if you have something like this, you can multiply these two and write them on one side of the equation. Left or right doesn't matter. Multiply these two, write them on one side of the equation. If you have used left, use the right one now, so on and so forth. It's called cross multiplication. Another thing, you want to make sure you do understand there's a little 1 here. I'm going to write it in a different color. There's a little 1 here. Okay, I'm going to multiply 1 by 7x minus 4, which is 7x minus 4. Then I'm going to take this and this. The two things I circled in green, 3 times 2 is 6. x minus 2. Now I'm almost done. This equation in green on the right-hand side of the screen looks very manageable. 7x minus 4, 6x minus 12. Now I'm going to subtract, how you say it, how you do it is your business. People say subtracting 6x. Some people say moving things around so that all the x's are on the same side, all the constants are on the same side. Whenever you move something, you need to change the sign. So 7x minus 6x. 6x went from right to left. Minus 4 becomes 4. Minus 12, and that gives me minus or negative 8 and 7x. So that's my answer. X is equal to minus 8. Now the catch is, guys, I'm going to check it, and you can check it on your graphing calculator. It's not the best way. I'll tell you what, you can of course check it, it'll be fine, but I will use a different software because I like to do it by hand so that you can see the work. Graphing calculator doesn't show the work very well. Okay, it's all on one line. So I do it by hand. I can't do it by hand with you, but I can do it here, right here. It's not that bad. So let's see if we can check, and I'll be happy to take your questions like, what did you do here? So guys, left-hand side, this is a check. Oh, let's do the check in a different color. And then if I mess up, I can always go back and see on the right-hand side, okay? If I write everything, guys, my probability of making a mistake will go up. Look, 2x is minus 16 if x is minus 8. Minus 16 and 10 is, this is what I'm doing. I'll try to do it. So the right-hand side, I'm going to write r, okay? It is 5 over 2 times minus 8 plus 6 plus, and I'm going to do a little shortcut, minus 8. Well, I'll save it for you guys. Minus 2. There's no shortcut. I haven't used anything. Okay. 5 over minus 8 times 2 is minus 16. Minus 16 plus 6 is minus 10. And this is also minus 10, minus 10. And I'm going to put that minus sign here. That's doable. Okay. What do we get? 5 over, now you can use your calculator. I don't see a problem. 5 over minus 10 is minus half. Minus 10. And if you take the denominators, multiply both sides by 5, you're going to get 10, and trust me, guys, it's going to be, let me think, it's going to be 1 over 2 will be 5 minus 1, 4/10 is what I'm getting. Well, let me double check. 5, 6, yeah, it's going to be minus 6/10. I know you can barely see it. All right, and that turns out to be negative 3/5. And trust me, guys, the left-hand side, I'm going to do it here. L, the left-hand side, I clearly see is 3 over oh boy. What did I do? Minus 8. No, we're fine. We're fine. I got scared, guys. Minus 8 and 3 is minus 5. You can put that minus here, so we got it right. Okay, so what did we learn, guys? If you use it on your calculator, fine. If you can keep it straight, everything shows up on one line on the calculator. If you enter something wrong, you can't, it's hard to fix. And if you have seen my recording yesterday, you know what I mean. So it's a good idea to do it on a piece of paper. If you have access to Mathipad, that's fine. I like Mathipad. You always have a digital copy if you want to. So we got it. It's right here. I'm going to pause here a little bit. Anything below this horizontal red lines are checks. Do you have to do it? No, but is it a good idea? Yes. Before you enter your answer, you want to know that you got it right.
So I have a question about the time limit on the exams. Does it actually count down? Because it just says estimated time.
Okay, good question. I can put it, I can set it up in that way. It will simply stop the exam after 90 minutes. I
No,
don't
no, 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 no. It's fine like that. I did enjoy having the comfort of not having it rush me. Because I did.
exactly that. Let me, Jack, you asked a good question. Let me answer it. And hopefully I'll answer your question, but I'm talking to everybody. Okay. I had students who would tell me they found that very threatening.
It is. It
They
is.
didn't like it. Look, if I give you 25 questions, I talk and I can, I mean, these questions shouldn't take you guys 90 minutes to do. Number one, I know that. Okay, people have, you know, a little bit of, they're anxious. In class, you could come to me and tell me, hey, what is this? I don't understand. Online exams are they're a little nerve-wracking. They can be for some people. Okay, I'm not trying to scare you guys. That's why I'm doing it now. I also, well, you raised a very good question. Let me show you the exam. You won't see the questions, okay? Here is what I added so that everybody's clear, and I hope I'm being recorded. You won't see the questions. There is exam 2. You get 90 minutes and nothing more than that. And it says,
So it's gonna count down.
it won't count down. I'll tell you what I said. No work done after the first 90 minutes will be graded. Does that make sense? So you have to wrap up the exam in 90 minutes. And most students in my class, face-to-face class, when I give them 25 questions, they wrap up in 50 minutes, 50.
Okay.
Okay, does that answer your question? Anybody else has any question about this? If you want, I just have to put a little click somewhere and it will shut down the exam and say we are finished. And my students said the same thing that you're saying. Does that answer your question, Jack, first, and then anybody else?
Yes, it does.
Okay, all right. Good question. I don't want to create, but you have to also be responsible. And I'll tell you why I do that. I have had students who would take the exam. Either I forgot a long time ago, I forgot to check something, and they would do one question, and then I see everything that's done. That's the beauty of online exam. Okay, I know exactly how many minutes you spent on one question when you came back, revisited something. I know everything. It shows everything. So one student would go there and do one problem, then after 1 hour would come back. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. It took the person like 12 hours to do the exam. It's not going to work. And why? Because you're going to take just the class time. My rule is all my exams shouldn't take you more than 50 minutes, 50. But if your class is 1 hour in summer, the classes are a little longer. I designed this class for 50-minute classes. So you get extra time, enjoy it. I don't see a huge problem. Okay, I'm already doing you a little bit of favor, but no, not anything before 90 minutes. Anything beyond 90 minutes it will say that when I see your grade, this was done past the time limit. So it will show a big red line. So I won't grade it. And I will tell you it's already there. And I mentioned it and we recorded it. Anybody else has questions about this, guys? What Jack and I were talking about? So that's it. Going back to our text, 44 is a typical problem. You should try some of these. They're very similar, but you have to patiently do it. And I was thinking about moving to some of the word problems. Why? Because people don't like word problems and they're from 1.3. I won't do the ones I did, but the ones I will do are very, very similar. So we did number 5. So I assigned only 6 or 7, not too many. And yesterday, and those of you who are here, and those of you who are not here, you want to go back and watch yesterday's lesson, 5, 9, 11, and 25 have been done. So guys, it's a good time to jump out. They're going to kick us out in 3 minutes. Okay. It's a good time to jump out, come back. We're not going anywhere. We're going to do some word problems. See you soon, guys. Thank you for coming.